Alright, so quick update. We're at 116 wins, 8 losses. Thought I start a video a little bit differently this time. Do a champion highlight. So this one here is of course Calvalax, the nice Revenant legendary that puts poisons up, and you might see it a lot in my videos, right? It's counter to speed teams. So these are the sets and stats I have for him. So over here, just random things, right? The only thing I would say that he needs is either a Stone Skin, Mercurial set, or Pinpoint, right? No, I would say Pinpoint and Mercurial is necessary on him. And the reason is because you want something to protect against sheep. Like if you put up the poisons on the enemy team and they have polymorph and they turn you into a sheep, your poisons do almost no damage. Like his blessings, his relic doesn't apply damage there, right? So you need something to prevent him from turning into a sheep. So you need Pinpoint or the new Mercurial set on him. Otherwise, just stats over sets. So in terms of stats, the only thing I really care about are these two. Number one, attack. You want this as high as possible. I think 10,000 is a good amount to aim for. And the second one is accuracy. You don't care about speed, you don't care about crit, resistance, HP, defense, none of that. Just attack as high as possible and accuracy as high as you can get, right? Now, keep in mind, depending on where you compete in the arena, the speed leads, they have varying amounts of resistances. So at the very top end, this might not even be enough, right? But usually against things like Arbiter, Lamasu, Shugens, this is enough too. And plus, we're going to show the masteries later. But against like some +4 champions, maybe some C's, maybe they have like the resistance aura on them, this might not be enough. But as high accuracy as possible, as high attack as possible. In terms of the relic, there's only one choice. It's this poison elixir relic. And Wearer's poison buff deals bonus damage equals to 50% of Wearer's attack. So this is the reason why Calvalax counter speed teams. You can explode them 100 to 0 with just poisons because of this elixir and because of this blessing. So this blessing is called Lethal Dose. It's just in arena and siege battles. It doesn't work anywhere else. And it increases the damage enemy receive from poison by 200% if you have 5-star. I think 3-star is the bare minimum you need for this strategy to work, the Calvalax poison to explode speed teams. I have the 3-star on the other account. It does the okay job, but versus some of the better built speed lead champions that don't have Pharaoh or Stone Skin or Mercurial, you need 5-star to explode them. So of course 5 is very good. 3 I think is bare minimum. 6 is of course excellent, right? So if you have this champion, if you have this relic, if you have at least 3-star blessing, and if you can come up with a Pinpoint set or a Mercurial set along with high attack and accuracy, this could be a strategy that works. You notice like my skills are not even upgraded, right? This champion doesn't need to do anything else. His attacks are barely tickling the enemy. The only thing that's important is his passive. Place 4 or 5% poison debuffs on all enemies for 2 turns at the start of the round, right? This goes on at the very start. In terms of masteries, this is the mastery I went for. Of course, the most important ones are here. Eagle Eye, and then, just maybe like extend the poisons a little bit. Just more accuracy, when more enemies are present, more accuracy. And offense tree, right? So yeah, that's the Calvalax build. That's today's highlight, like spotlight for the champion. And now I think we're just gonna jump into the live arena battles. So here we go. The first one here, I'm just taking a look. I think we're against some very standard teams. Burns, right? They have one protector, one disruptor, and I think Niamhi here could be a really high threat. I happen to draft 2 lockouts, so if he can't ban both of them, so if Armanz gets locked out, he doesn't really. And you notice I'm hovering the Mercurial. That's the only correct ban on the enemy team. I hope and they banned that one. So it is the correct ban. So yeah, we go into the battle here, right? I think they have 3 nukers. Personally, not a fan of the 3 nuker composition. I think it's a lot less threatening. Yeah, and we go first, we lock them out. Of course, mythicals, you can't truly lock them out. They just swap, go to the second form. So here, I put I don't do the lockout again because I already locked them out. That would have been a waste, right? I put the Crexia, use the skill that block buffs. Reason is the Empress, when he dies, he's going to put Revive on Death on himself, right? So you don't want him to do that. So you're going to do that. So you're going to try to prevent him from putting that buff on himself. Here, I'm looking at everybody's HP. They're all quite low. So if I want to do the A3 on Maria, I'm going to hit it the highest HP target, and then hopefully the splash damage kills the rest of them. So over here, the splash kills everybody else, just Embrace left, and then Marius, even if he dies from the reflect damage, Embrace is not coming back because he has the block buffs, right? So just hit him. Don't use A3 right here because Embrace is gonna have Wand of Submission on. If you use A3, you're just screwing yourself because you no longer have Stone Skin on Marius. You gotta keep in mind if you have Stone Skin or not. If you don't have Stone Skin, you gotta do the A2, right? A2, and then just one shot the Embrace. And that's that. Okay, so this next battle features a champion I don't see too often, the Osgren Dwarf. Has a unique passive where if you kill one of their team allies, he will do a full strip on your team, as well as decrease turn meter. And if turn meter is decreased to 50%, he will also do a full team-wide stun. So very, very annoying champion. Here, I think they banned the Marius, thinking there's not enough damage to deal with the rest of them. It's a speed team, right? So a lot of them are going to die to the poison, I'm hoping. And only Arbiter is. So maybe that's why they think without it, there's not enough damage. But we'll see. And his thing actually procced, I think, because Arbiter died. And try to do the strip, hit a polymorph, right? So unlucky on the opponent's part. Here, my Queen of Hearts is actually built with some damage, and because the ally attack and the decreased defense it gets applied first, it can surprise people, right? Like here, I've got one ally attack and I do another ally attack. The champion is dead. So just the Embrace left, and of course Embrace very, very scary, but crucially we are strong affinity versus Embrace, so high chance of him getting a weak hit. And because the Calvalax can apply the poison each round, there's a small chance from his passive. So we have 1 tick of poison here. Here I use the lockout first, because I know they don't have buffs. So if I use a lockout, I'll get an extra turn. And then I can put the petrification on Embrace. This way, if Embrace dies, he can't put the revive on death on himself because he's petrified. So that's just something to note. And the opponent knows this as well. He left the game, right? So, yeah. Sometimes with enough ally attacks with the decreased defense, just Calvalax is enough to take down the enemy team. So here, I think we're doing Calvalax again, the feature champion, right? Speed team. Very, very heavy speed team. They've got Arbiter and Lamasu, so these two are some of the fastest champions in the game. And of course, they banned the Calvalax because who wouldn't? Queen of Hearts actually do counter Marius as well as Arbiter. Both champions put up a lot of buffs. When the buff counter on the enemy team reaches 10, Queen of Hearts will instantly get a turn and cut in, right? So we'll see then. I'm looking at there how many buffs. So there's 4 plus the Rotos has the initial one, so that's 5, right? Now this I don't agree with. He does the thing on Rotos. I mean, I think the idea is to kill the Marichka first, and then get a reset and then do the next one. But if for some reason, like, you don't kill the Marichka, if I have reaction, if I have aspect of Zeroth, like, it's just, I don't think it's the most optimal play, but I think he does kill the Marichka here. Yeah, barely, right? So he killed the Marichka, he kills the Armanz, and it's my turn. So I strip the Marius here, ally attack the Marius. And this is why Queen of Hearts is so good. She applies the decreased defense first on the enemy champion, and then your hits are just gonna be so much stronger, right? So we block revive the Embrace. Here, I'm checking. I still have Stone Skin. They don't have Polymorph, so I can do the A2 first on Embrace, and that will give them 1 extra tick on the Necrosis, right? It's gonna drop. Probably the Arbiter will die to this tick, and the Rotos will drop below 50%, I think. Yeah, look at that tick of Necrosis there. And then I transform, and it's important to not use the single hit skill. Use A1, it's a double hitter, even if Rotos has some like cheat death thing like Zeroth or something. This is gonna kill him, right? So yeah, against Rotos, use multi-hit skills. You know, I have issues with both Fabian and Armanz. I think they are very hard to deal with. In this case, I think I picked Crexia. Crexia counters Fabian, and I banned the Fabian because everyone on my team that I have selected is Stone Skin, so Armanz can only realistically hit 1, and there's a good chance my Crexia might go before his Armanz too, so not too worried about just the Armanz. Plus there's always the Wand of Submission, right? So with this kind of team, I think a lot of times if you see both Fabian and Armanz and you're not running like full mythicals, here like Armanz could choose to sheep my Embrace, and then I'm out of the fight for a little bit. But then my Crexia will go and lock out his champions, and it's a bad time. So I think he has to try to sheep the Crexia, who has high resistance and wand. So he needs to get lucky here and not proc the wand. Yeah, I pointed there, and he gets lucky. He doesn't proc the wand, which is fine. So he does the buff. Over here, I'm looking at, and the Alpha has the protection 9-piece. It seems like everyone has the protected block debuffs, so kind of counters my Queen of Heart, what it wants to do. So instead of doing the strip, I think I just go for the ally attack. Yeah, I do the ally attack, the Leonardo gets the stone skin, and now I do the strip, try to get rid of the stone skin. Yeah. Okay. Their turn. They have everything here. I boost. Taurus will probably just single target the Marishka. Doesn't do enough damage. Here it's gonna do the turn meter seal. It's fine. Looking at polymorph, I don't see any. So I could do the fear skill, transform, and AoE, right? I don't like to do the HP swap first because it gives me the flexibility. Like if I get low enough, if I come back, revive, like I still have that skill available. I think the trade-off is you lose 10% ignore defense. Unless that's that skill you're looking to wipe out their entire team, then yeah, you do the swap first. If you don't think you're going to kill their entire team with one hit, I would recommend saving the Embrace swap skill. So here, Alva is probably going to revive the Armanz. Yep. Here, I'm hoping I come back from the sheep. He's going to try to either A1 the Marishka. Yeah, doesn't do a whole lot of damage. Marishka is pretty tanky. Leonardo has a big... Okay, and my wand of submission actually proc this time. So yeah, it's about 50-50. First one I got unlucky, the second one he got unlucky. So it's just what it is. Here, like a couple things he can do. He still have the unkillable. He could try to just wipe the whole team and then I'll come back because of the Marishka passive. Let's see what he does here. He tries to wipe the whole team. Doesn't have enough damage for killing Marishka. Just a little bit short. So over here, this is the great situation about Marishka. If you have another nuker and everyone else is dead, Marishka's A1 drags in the an ally to attack, right? And if your nuker has a really, really strong A1, like Embrace does, every time Marishka A1s, you're going to drag in Embrace, which is why I really enjoy this combo. Marishka, Embrace, and then have like two squishier champions. They can die, and then Marishkas keep dragging in the Embrace. Here I'm looking at what I want to kill here. I don't think I'll be able to kill the Taurus. Yeah, I don't choose the Taurus. I get lucky here. I get an extra turn. And I get rid of the highest threat for me, which is Armanz. If I get controlled, this match is over, right? The A1 try to kill the Marishka. That one wouldn't go. I think Taurus A1 here will kill the Marishka. Yeah. Okay. Over here, I revive. Marishka revives with like 75% turn meter. So very good. Here, I think if this player had the correct target selection here, he wins. And that is the Embrace. Embrace currently don't have his passive anymore because he died earlier. Marishka didn't die. He put Revive on Death on himself and revived, right? So if he dies right here, he's not going to put Revive on Death on himself. Like, you had to pay attention and count the passive and what has happened. The Leonardo still has unkillable, so he won't die to the reflect damage. If he attacks the Embrace here and kills the Embrace, Embrace is not coming back. Then all that's left is like two supports, and he still has Alva. He can cycle back, he can do the revive, and kill me that way, right? It's GG. So I know it's lost. But here, so his correct choice is to attack the Embrace. But this player notices that his skill is back on cooldown, the unkillable, and he does it again. He puts unkillable on his Leonardo again. Why? Like, if you see an opportunity that to make a move and that will instantly win you the game, take it, right? Like, don't do anything extra fancy because now he triggered my extra turn on Queen of Hearts. And let's see here. And also, I have Crexia, who has the strip still. The strip and increased cooldown. So now he's like super sad because I can just do the HP swap and nuke. And right now, he has nothing. This game was won by the opponent, but he chose to make the wrong move on Leonardo, and that way through his game, right? So here I think I'm fighting against turtles in live arena. If you see turtles in live arena, close your eyes, ban the purple one. Every time. Just don't care about, like, unless you're so mega countered by his 5th pick, which is Fabian here, just ban the purple one and you're going to have a good time. Trust me. I have played enough turtles to know this. Just close your eyes, ban Donatello, and the rest of the turtles are really, really sad when Donatello is not there. As you can see here, they didn't even get to take a turn, right? Even if he did take a turn, Fabian went before me. Like, I have Crexia, I can reset my skills. His turtles are not protected. I can, yeah. It's turtles just ban Donatello. Even if it's just 2 turtles, sometimes they like to bring Leo and Donnie. Ban the Donnie. Yeah. Okay. Jumping on to the other account now. Having some nice fights here. This one is about some unkillable and some block damage champions, right? Annoying. Again, 3 damage dealers. I do not recommend. I think 2 is plenty, and I would have been more scared if he had another support ish champion, right, or a tank. So here I killed the Leo there, and then proc his Siegfried. Siegfried goes for the, what did Siegfried do? Siegfried goes for the Sifi and did, I want to see this. Did Siegfried break Sifi's shield? It did not. Don't have ignore defense set on, maybe? I'm not sure how that Siegfried didn't even break the shield, right? It's a little bit questionable. And then here we just start nuking, and then just the, yeah. That Siegfried, I don't, it can't be missing gear, can it? Did very, very little damage. Next match, classic opener. You got the Fabian, the Empress, and the Marius out of the way, and then the rest of the match comes from the other champions, right? Very good counter against heavy buffs. That is Nell. So I'm hovering here. I want to ban Nell. And of course, know my thoughts about Carnage. I don't think Carnage by himself is a very good champion. Doesn't do a lot of damage. His power comes from putting the like block active and block passives. Yeah, Necrealo, I go first. I one shot the Fabi, and then Carnage struggles really, really hard if you have block debuffs on your team, right? Which I do here with Sifi and Necrit. Both have block debuffs. Here I get slightly unlucky. I strip absolutely nothing. So I go in and try to steal his buff. Yep. Marichka goes. Sifi is so annoying. Irresistible sleep on A1. So fast, constantly, right? Which is why you want your nukers. As I'm sure he has on his Embrace, probably a one of submission. Didn't proc, so go to sleep. And then go to sleep again. Here I'm trying to remove the stone skin on that. I don't. I protect the... usually I would protect the Sifi, but in this case I have picked Odin. And Odin will spread the buffs on himself to everybody on the team. And by having like the block debuffs, which has fallen off on Necrit and Sifi, by protecting Odin, you'll see very soon that Odin actually spreads that, and then everyone will get block debuffs, which hard counters are Carnage, right? So here they're just boosting right now. The Embrace is crowd controlled, so I don't need to worry about that. So I just go kill the Marichka, right? And then they come back and look at that. Odin spreads all the buffs. Everyone has block damage. Everyone has strengthen. Everyone has block debuffs. That's why you want to protect the Odin in this case, which is excellent. And then here, I think I don't do A2, right? I just AoE and kill them. Yeah, that's it. So neat little interaction there. If you have Odin and you have a single buff champion, put the protection on Odin. I think this is the one loss we got. He banned Necrit, which is fine. I picked Calvalax thinking he's running speed team with like the Sulfurion and the Fabian and the other pick, which I banned. But his Sulfurion is in Supersonic, as you can see here. Boost turn meter, and Fabian in Supersonic, and Stoneskin, Sulfurion in Supersonic, and Furo. So hard counters my Calvalax, right? I don't recommend doing that in most cases because you're giving up 24 speed from the speed set. Like for those speed champions, you want them to be fast. However, in this kind of situation where I'm bringing in a Calvalax, he hard counters me. I'm basically 3 champions fighting against 4, and they have supersonic, both of them. So they're gonna go before my champions. My boost is not enough. So yeah, it's a really bad time. I get locked out, I get cut. It's not going well, right? It's not completely lost, but because of his Sulfurion's things here, my Marius actually does enough damage to one-shot the Embrace when he transforms, but he has Revive on Death. He comes back. And then over here, I think I just try to decrease the turn meter because the masteries we showed on Calvalax earlier. So it decreased the turn meter. And then the chicken does a Revive on Death. So again, they have another Revive on Death. And then he transforms. My Marius will attack when they transform and then kills himself, right, on the Reflect. And then the Embrace comes back again. And then the chicken will do his AoE, which doesn't kill the Sifi. Here, I think I'm fast enough. I can cycle back. So it's still not lost yet. Here is where I, like, if you revive the Calvalax, it does nothing. If you revive the Marius, because of it, like the player is good, he put the Embrace higher on the team order. So the Marius, everything is area effect attack. He'll hit the Embrace first, and then he'll kill himself. So the correct choice here is to revive the Ilo, which I do. I think. I'm thinking here. The only correct choice to revive the Ilo, not the Marius. Okay, I revived the Ilo, but crucially, my skills are not on cooldown yet. My skills are not on cooldown yet, so I have to A1. Now, between the two, I guess if I A1 the Embrace, I will die to the reflect damage, so I have to A1 the chicken and hope for, like, he doesn't have AoE back yet. So I A1 the chicken, kill the chicken. Here, if he doesn't have AoE back yet, and he either kills the Ilo or the Sifi, I'm still in the game, right? But I think he doesn't, but he has swap HP skill, and then now he cycle through, and now he has AoE back, and we lose this one, right? Excellent having like the Stone Skin on Fabian and the Furo on Sulfuria and Supersonic. Like, this team hard counters my team. I think in like a speed versus speed situation, this team is strictly worse. But against things like the Calvalax, this team counters me. So we lose that one. And it's a pretty good loss too. As you can see, it was very close as well. Okay, the next match. So a lot of people think that Queen of Hearts counters Sifi because Sifi puts up 12 buffs and the Queen of Hearts needs 10 to like cut in. But good Sifis these days have 9-piece protection. 9-piece protection, if you have the protected block debuffs on your champions, like Queen of Hearts is actually not a very big threat. And I do have 9-piece protection on Sifi. So I don't ban the Queen of Hearts, I ban the Volcanos. Just because my team is so buff heavy, like I'm gonna instantly lose my Stone Skins if I don't ban Volcanos. So there they think the Marius is the big damage dealer in my team, which it looks scary, 6-star Soul Reap. And Marius does do a lot of damage, but Aileo can get it done, right? As I think I have shown many times, my best attack gear is on Aileo. My Aileo do damage. It surprises people sometimes. Here, if you can see, the Queen of Hearts actually goes before anybody even takes their turn. And that's because at the start of the fight, I have 10 buffs on my team. If you just count here, 4 here, 2, 6, another 4, 10, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 17 buffs on my team at the beginning of the battle. So the Queen of Hearts goes before anybody else. Yeah, I may have stacked a little too many buffs, but it's okay. I think she goes for the strip, puts the fear on everybody. But Sifi's passive counters fear, right? There's a good chance it's gonna get stripped. It gets stripped here. So I go in and I take out the next high threat, which is Fabian. Queen of Hearts goes again. Now she has the ally attack, but the only real target at this point is Sifi. Everybody else has Stone Skin. Aileo gained us 2 stacks of Stone Skin. This is from Mastery. There is a mastery that gives you a chance, 30% chance to get an extra turn on your buffs. And this Stone Skin is above Aileo Posam himself. So highly recommended to go with offense and support tree for Aileo masteries. I will do a guide on that. But yeah, getting 2 turn Stone Skin is huge. So he's Stone Skin, Stone Skin, Stone Skin. The only real target is Sifi with the ally attack. So he goes for the Sifi. Sifi has enough resistance to resist the, and yeah. Leave the match, right? There's not much else going on there. Over here, your standard mythical team with the Lockout. I'm already hovering Fabian because that's the highest threat for me. The Calvalax probably trades with the Arbiter, which I am very happy with. Yeah, so Arbiter will die. Here, if I kill someone, the that Demon Spawn champion will do a counterattack. But my team has all these shields and Stone Skin. I don't really think he's gonna get anyone below 50% to do a second hit. So I go for a kill. And off these champions, the one I'm most scared of, I'm not scared of Carnage because my CV is gonna be faster and I can put block debuffs on. Not really scared of the demon guy because I've got big shields and I will put up increased defense. So the biggest threat is Empress. So I take out the Empress. You need to have enough damage on your Aileo to be able to do this. Did 101k HP, I think just enough to take out the Empress, right? Here, I don't hit the Arbiter because I know she will die to the poisons. There's 4 ticks of poisons. Very, very few champions will be able to survive that. Even Taras wouldn't be able to if he doesn't have any protection on him. So that one champion is as good as dead. Don't hit him. I hit the other one, try to steal the Stone Skin. I do. 50-50 there. I sheep because since I stole the Stone Skin, he doesn't have protection anymore. I can sleep him. And don't want to wake him up after you sleep him. Here he has the, whatchamacallit, the relic, Last Laugh. that little green icon. So he doesn't die from this. Like he took enough damage to kill him, but it's a delayed damage, and since he has stone skin, that's gonna do nothing, right? The delayed damage is gonna hit the stone skin. So I try to break the stone skin here. Not enough to break the stone skin. I protect my most important champion, which is Ailil here. He does the double hit, not enough to kill Sifi, and I think that's game, right? Yeah, AoE done. Yeah, have to have a good target selection there. Again, I'm bringing in my heavy buff champions. Nell is a very good counter, so I'm looking to get rid of that because he's gonna do a whole bunch of poisons if I don't, and that champion goes through block debuffs, which is very, very silly, but so strong, right? Block debuffs doesn't even block Nell poison, it goes through it. However, his last pick is Donnie, and remember what I said about the turtles. If you see like pairs of turtles or 4 turtles, close your eyes and ban the purple one. That's their most important champion. So here I banned the Donnie, even though I really, really want to ban the Nell. I think I will still be able to deal with the Nell. With Donnie, it's going to be extremely difficult. So that is a key champion, ban that champion. Okay, so we go into the match here. And yeah, we got rid of the Donnie here because my champion Ailil goes so fast. 2 turn stone skin now. You don't see that very often. But yeah, I go for the Nell, right? Get rid of that immediately so I can buff. If I don't get rid of that and I buff, I'm going to get so many poisons on my champion. It's going to be bad. Go for the strip. I see 2 resist text. So meaning that actually passed the stone skin, like past the 50-50 for the stone skin. And it actually tried to strip their buffs. However, they have high enough resistance that my champion didn't have enough accuracy. So these Noelle and Mariska are resistance build. Over there on the Leonardo is just unlucky we didn't get a strip. Remember A1 for Ailil guarantees to steal buffs. I absolutely do not want to hit Leo here. And the reason is because Leo puts up some key buffs on himself, counterattack, unkillable. I want to be able to try to steal that, but he didn't put it up yet. So I don't want to use the A1, because once I use the A1 on someone for the very first time, that effect of guarantee steal is gone. Like there's no more steal buffs. So I hit someone else, hopefully. I hit Mariska, I stole her 2 turn stone skin, right? Okay. Mariska does A1. I heal myself, everyone's still in stone skin. I think she revives. Yes, revives, okay. Odin, I think I killed the Mariska because Noelle doesn't have revive anymore. So I do the kill on Odin. Odin is built with 100% crit and enough crit damage and enough speed and enough accuracy. It's probably one of the hardest champions to build. And that's Odin. That's Odin, right? So over here, I go for the sleep on Nell, and I think since Nell is slept, I'm not worried about her. Or am I? I am worried about her because I'm thinking I might get more buffs on myself and get poisons. So I go for the ally attack on Leonardo, try to steal his buffs. I stole everything except for counterattack. Right, and Leo still counterattacks. A little bit unlucky there. And I protect the Sifi. Good. And then I go for, yeah, right now Noelle still doesn't have a revive. So gotta kill her before the revive comes back. I'm hovering that I did steal the unkillable here. Yeah, I think one more turn on the Noelle for the revive. So I target the Leo first. That's a threat right now. And then I try to buff myself up. I try to strip, doesn't have enough. It's a resistance build. Here, the Ailil is best to use A3 because Aileo actually will turn enemy like increased defense into decreased defense, and enemy strengthen into weaken. So here I use A3. I think it didn't show that text, but it's supposed to. It's too fast, but I think it's supposed to change increased defense into decreased defense. So that's this fight. Okay, the next match, I see the enemy picked Galathier. So like Sifi actually counters Galathier. I think she stops a lot of the things that Galathier wants to do with the protected block debuffs. So Galathier has to stay in form 1, right? Over here, the opponent picked Rhodos and banned Embrace. I think that's very smart. The reason is Aileo, all the attacks are single hit, right? Like AoE, single target, but like they're all single hit. And Rhodos hard counter single hit champions because he won't ever die from just one hit. He'll always get an extra turn and then do his thing, Rhodos things, 1v4, right? I think we've all met Rhodos before. When he starts getting extra turns and popping off, it goes crazy. So he banned the Empress, and he thinks that my Aileo can't get it done against a Rhodos and 2 Revivers. So we'll see, right? I think this match is going to be very, very highly technical. It's going to be about the target selection. It's going to be about the supports, what they can do. For me, I'm going to try to not hit the Rhodos because I want to trigger his passive as little as possible. I don't want the Rhodos to start stacking on his HP and start to block revive. I don't want him to get extra turn. So the match starts, I go first, right? I take out the Marius. It's pointless to take out the revivers at this point. Just take out and we can't hit the Rhodos, so just take out Marius, right? And then here we do the lockout. Resisted. Those 2 are resistance build. I think is expected, but now we know. And then we get a weak hit on Rhodos, so a bit unlucky. 35% chance of that. 65% we lock him out. So not great. Over here, I'm thinking if I A1 the Rhodos is useless because he's got Ancora. Ancora protects the strongest damage champion. And right now, Marius is dead, so Ancora is for sure protecting Rhodos. So if I do the sleep just gets transferred to Ancora, who has Stone Skin, so she's not getting debuffed. So I boost, right? Okay. So Ancora does the revive. Now revive, when they come back because of Fabian passive, they are feared. And the Galathier does this cleanse, right? And heals. So Marius is looking very, very healthy. I need to control the Marius. So over here, I'm thinking either I A1 or AoE. If I AoE, it's a big chance that I'm going to get the Rhodos to take more turns. I don't really want that. So I A1, but I think I just fall a little bit short, like tiny bit short. Don't have enough damage to kill the Marius. So I just have to do another hit and kill the Marius, right? Here I take out the bone plating, and so that's the Rhodos there. And over here I try to slow down the Rhodos by decreasing turn meter. Galathier still has revive, so Galathier is gonna revive. And then I ally attack, right? There's no other choice. Everybody's veiled, so I ally attack the Galathier and protect the Sifi. Because he's been hitting the Sifi with Rhodos, so I think he knows he wants to take that out. And I think for his Rhodos, his biggest goal right now is to steal as much HP as possible and not to try to kill anybody. So I do the AoE finally. It procs the extra turn. Of the Rhodos, and then so he's gonna go for extra turn. And then A1's the Fabian. More destroy HP. Now I think all of the revivers has used their revive ability, so he's in a good position for me now. I can control the Fabian. The Ancora is only protecting the Rotos from debuffs, so I controls the Galathier. And then over here, Ancora actually cycle back with a revive. So again, we go for the lockout, and because they have no, Ancora still have buffs. I didn't strip that, so I don't get extra turn. Here, if I hit the Galathier, I'm pretty sure the passive will kick in and he'll stay alive. So I think I go for the Marius. Right? Rotos, they sometimes can be deceiving, like the amount of HP. They could have Seroth, so I don't hit the Rotos. I hit the Marius again. And then over here, I think I boost my team. Nope, I go for the sleep, which is another good option there, so that Galathier don't get to take a turn. So here they're all strong affinity versus Fabian except Galathier. So I think I try to it's not very advisable to do the 8-2 there, so I just try to slow down the Rotos by stealing turn meter. Here again, I sleep his Galathier non-stop, right, and I kill the Ancora. So it's finally starting to look a little bit good, and we ally attack the Rotos, triggers this extra turn, so Rotos here gets extra turn, kills the Fabian, but my Necrit, if it doesn't kill the target with the ally attack, he actually gets another extra turn. A1, the Rotos, kills the Rotos. And then here I revive, and I just steal turn meter. He still had block debuffs, so like A2 is pointless. And over here, I'm not gonna use A3, it doesn't do a lot. I use A1, and we get a win, right? It's very, very hard, very, very difficult against Rotos and 2 revivers. If you only have a single target damage dealer, especially if the enemy thinks that damage dealer doesn't do enough damage. But if you can control the match with the rest of your team and just like get rid of the other threat, which is Marius, and just get them down one by one, it can be done, right? So that was a pretty good match here. Okay, for this match, I think a lot of mythicals appear in this match. The Gizmak, of course, has the ability to get rid of the other team's Stone Skin. So he's a very good champion for go first type of teams. Again, Carnage wants to go first. He's got 6-star intimidating presence. So I kind of get the idea that he wants to go with a go first team. And this is why we picked 3 counters for go first, right? One in that of a fast lockout, the other one in our Calvalax that was the featured champion, and the third one is Mercurial, right? I do see the Sulfurion has a 6-star Incinerate, and that one is very scary. It shows me that he wants to do the combos with the HP burns, and that's the one I'm hovering to ban. If he bans the Marius, that could be a problem, right? The 6-star Incinerate is very, very strong. So I banned that one. And then here, I picked the only other speed lead champion, which is 19% for myself. I'm thinking he didn't ban the Calvalax. He probably has ways to deal with it. Maybe his this champion here is very fast and has a cleanse, and can get like he has block debuffs on that champion. And this is where it gets baffling. Like, his champions are not in Stone Skin and not in Viral and not in Mercurial. He doesn't ban the Calvalax. Does he not know what Mercurial does, or does he not know what Calvalax does? Because I just, like, mind-boggling. There's no way this player doesn't know, right? So I could have just killed their cardio, and then there's no cleanse. I could have, AoE the Calvalax poison will explode. Like, what's the plan here? Why wouldn't we ban one of them, Calvalax or Aileo? He banned the Fabian. So this is a match where it was won or lost in pick and ban, right? Again, classic opener. So you got Fabian, Empress, and Marius gone. You know how I feel about this icon here. It's just someone who has spent a little bit of money in the game, but they chose to use that Seer Shard icon, which is so very ugly. And they like, everything is 6-star blessing, right? On the enemy team, there's Nice, there's Marichka. So yeah, scary looking team. But in my experience, because there's so many better icons out there, the ones that have spent a little bit of money and still rocking this icon generally could do better in terms of how they pilot the game, is all I'm gonna say. So here they have Fabian and Armanz. So I hate that. It is very, very annoying. A lot of control. Don't really remember what I banned. I think I banned Fabian or Armanz. I went with the Fabian ban and left Armanz open. He banned the Sifi, my only reviver. So now I have 3 nukers and a Necrit, right? Usually, like, that's a good sign for the opponent. But I had to bring 3 nukers because the opponent has Nice. And if I'm not banning Nice, I need to have ways to counter the Nice. Both horse and chicken counters Nice. Like, if I only bring 2 nukers, and I already committed to Mercurial, so I have to bring a 3rd one to counter him. Here I just take out the Armanz, right? That's the biggest threat. Everybody else Stone Skin. Marichka goes, does a little bit. I'm checking the polymorph there. Does a little bit of a buff, strengthen shield. Empress here, why? Why are we using the extra turn? Everybody has Stone Skin, right? There is no chance you're landing any fear. By taking that extra turn, you're screwing yourself by letting your own strengthen and shield buff fall off when you transform. So again, these kind of players, they have the best champions and the best blessing, and they're not thinking about what move. Like, they're on autopilot. Yes, in a lot of cases you do the fear first and then you transform. Like, yeah, but in this issue, like, are we looking at the buffs? Are we counting the Stone Skin or counting the block debuffs? He's not, right? So this, by doing this move, he like lost the shield and strengthen on his Empress. And he didn't even transform. He just went with the strip Stone Skin skill, which, let's see here, stripped off of 1, which is Marius, the champion that doesn't have Lightning Cage. Everybody else has Lightning Cage, high blessing Lightning Cage, it protected, right? And then Marius counterattack. Here, Nice is in a bit of a situation because everyone is still in Stone Skin and a huge shield buff. So I would have gone with the ignore shield, but I think that's probably the worst one. He just transformed right away. And didn't even put the block damage on himself, which, again, another mistake, right? Like, why are we using AoE first? I haven't taken my turn yet. Doesn't put the block damage on himself. Do the AoE skill. And then, yeah, so it's just mistake after mistake after mistake, I think. So here, I think, what do I do? I think I take out the Marichka because it's going to revive everybody. What's going on? Like, he's realized he's made too many mistakes in a row. Too many misplays, but these players. And another reason why I judge players with that icon, right? Okay, I think this is one of the final matches. You're seeing that classic go second, right? This one is overdoing it a little bit. 4 nukers and Cardinal, that's a little bit much. I think you're better off with like a tank in there and a disruptor. I think I explained last time in terms of best go second teams. I chose to go for a UDK pick. I didn't have to, but I'm just thinking like UDK just so hard counters Wukong, right? Once UDK is on the other team, Wukong, there's nothing he can do. So I decided, instead of my usual picks, why not pick UDK? Get him a little bit of the spotlight here. So yeah. So in this situation, of course, the Cardinal is going to be high resistance, 2-turn Stone Skin, but we have a champion that ignores Stone Skin, right? I one-shot the Cardinal. The half-wreck does counterattack, but hits shield and Stone Skin, so nothing happens. Here, Wukong is very fast, so that's good for him. He's going to be able to do the buff steal. See how many buffs he takes. Takes both the Marius and the Aileo and put block buffs on himself. So really, really high value Wukong buff still here. And got stole the Stone Skin. So excellent, excellent RNG on that one. Here I'm thinking this attack is going to steal buffs. Which one do I target? Embrace is going to take his turn. Just do that. And then hopefully I did steal the Stone Skin so that my Marius goes before him. I can kill him before he transforms to the second form, and then that will be reflect damage. Is going to be a big problem, right? So I steal the Stone Skin, so I'm able to nuke him down before Embrace transforms. Here he's got the double hitter, big damage. I think he doesn't kill the Marius, and the reason is because the second hit actually got absorbed by UDK. It's not exactly like a AOE, true AOE, right? So I survived there, and Wukong is only left with A2, which is a single target, and A1, which is a single target. He doesn't have AOE anymore, so my Marius is safe. His best bet is to A2 and hopefully sheep the UDK, but UDK is high resistance, right? Unless he's got so high accuracy, no, resist it. And over here, I think I just AOE, and that's the game. Yeah, that's it. I believe that's all the matches for this session. Yeah, so this was outsmarting Live Arena. We did very well this session. We had 1 loss, and everything else all wins. Some good matches, some outplays, and a lot of enemy mistakes, right? As we pointed out. So thanks for watching. See you next time.